Here at Pioneer Legal, one of our primary goals is to avoid something called probate. But what is probate and why do we want to avoid it? Probate, at its simplest, is a legal process for removing a deceased person's name off of their assets. Again, at its simplest, probate is a legal process for removing a deceased person's name off of their assets. Why is this important and why are we talking about it? And why is probate maybe not the most efficient way to do this? An illustration is helpful. Most of my clients come to me and they own a home. The proof of their ownership of their home is something called a deed, and it says so-and-so owns this property. If they wanted to sell that house, what would they have to do? They would hire a realtor first. Second, they'd put the house on the market. Third, they'd get into a contract with the buyer. And then there would come a fateful day where they'd go to a title company or closing company and they'd be presented with a big old stack of documents to sign. In that big stack of documents, there'd be one page called a deed, the proof of ownership document, that says, I so-and-so now transfer this property to buyer. It's by signing that deed, sliding it across the table, that property is transferred to the next person. It's so simple, it's so elegant. But if the seller, the owner of the property, is dead or incapacitated, can they sign their name? No. As their lawyer, can I sign their name for them or can their family sign their name for them? No. Probate is a legal process where a judge is appointed and appoints a personal representative or an executor to sign the name of the deceased person for them. That's how we remove their assets out of their name and put them into the next people's names. Maybe those are heirs or creditors, whoever. That's what probate, at its essence, is all about. And actually, probate's pretty good at its job, but there are 3, maybe 4 major risks to probate. First, it can cost a lot of money. Normally, you have to hire an attorney to do probate. For example, my starting retainer for a simple probate is $3,000, but it can get a lot more expensive from there. So the cost of probate can be prohibitive. Second, it can take a lot of time. Even simple probate cases will often take about 6 months before any assets are distributed and the estate being wrapped up. Many cases will go much longer than that, years. And then lastly, third, it's a public forum. I can go search on OSCN right now for all the probate cases here in Oklahoma and see what's happening in them. Some people, some families don't want that much publicity. And then lastly, like any other lawsuit, there's the possibility of and risk of interference or undue supervision. And by avoiding probate, we can avoid all that. So probate's a good thing. Again, it's about removing a deceased person's name off their assets so other people can have their stuff. But there are those 3 significant risks of money, time, and publicity that come with probate. So at Pioneer Legal, those are the things that we want to avoid by using either a trust or transfer on death deed or some other technique so we can help you pass your assets quickly and efficiently without all that hassle.